Okay, what's going to happen next is we're going to do a brief discussion. Designated evacuation areas are located, and then after that we're going to have a tour of our Woolly, which is our mobile command post that has all these great things. Yes.
Okay, if I could have everybody's attention.
Hey, come on in. This is important stuff.
I'm going to talk about the evacuation zones. So on this campus we have designated zones for students and staff to evacuate to during an emergency such as an earthquake, a fire, gas leak. These zones A through F are located in areas that allow people to evacuate to in a safe location away from tall buildings or emergency vehicles coming onto campus. Just basically getting away from busy traffic. Now these zones, A through F, administration building, auto quad and marine tech, there's two different sites that you can evacuate to for zone A. One of zone A is located near the East Campus front entrance, right as you're coming into the campus. And then the other location, zone A, is located on the second floor of the administration building, near the bike corral, motorcycle corral, where the EMT students all practice their drills. So there's two locations for you to evacuate to for the administration building. Zone B, that's this area right here, the student service courtyard, and that's for buildings such as the student service building, the ECOC building 1 and 2, physical science building, ESL building. So this is the area that you come to get away from any emergency situation. Zone C, there's two different areas for Zone C. For the EBS building, the north side, you would evacuate to the corner of the PS 101, where the smoking area is. That's a clear area for people to come down the stairs and evacuate to. For the people that are facing on the south side of the building, EBS building, you'd evacuate to the zone that's behind the bookstore, where the temporary buildings are all located, as well as those that are in the bookstore and also the first level of the campus center. So that's a very safe area. The buildings around are very low level. They're not going to topple over, so you can gather there. Zone D, that is for the PE building and those that are down at the track, the stadium. You want to evacuate to a high ground, especially if it's an earthquake, because there could be a tsunami warning. And if a tsunami comes, then that's definitely the bad area to be in. So you want to evacuate to the high grounds and get away from that. And it's just at the upper area, upper entrance of the stadium. Zone E, that is over by the international office where the smoking bench is, and that is for people that are in the humanities building, second floor of the campus center, and then all the temporary buildings that are located in that area. And then Zone F, that is for all of West Campus to evacuate to the West Campus Bluff area. Big, wide, grassy, open area, and so plenty of room for people to gather. Now when you evacuate to any of these locations, you want to allow time for an instructor or the safety marshal, building marshal, zone marshals to come around and take roll so that we know, who got out of the building and who may possibly be still in the building. So very important to go to those zones and be accounted for. Now just because you have a particular zone that you're designated for doesn't mean that you have to show up to that particular zone. If there is a disaster where you cannot get to that particular zone, then you go to the next safest location you can. So, do whatever is the safest, most direct route for you to get to. Are there any questions? Yes.
Are these posted anywhere? Is there anything that says Zone A?
Yes.
Physical campus.
Good question. So the signs are like this, and we have one. Well, you can't see it, but it's on the back of that light pole. But this is a extra sign for Zone D. But this is what they look like. They're mounted up high on light poles, and easy to recognize. So yes. Any other questions? Yes.
Are the floor marshals supposed to stay with their evacuation site until the other marshals come by for counting attendance, or are the zone marshals just to keep getting people out of the building and into their site?
As a floor or safety marshal, we don't expect you to be heroes or rescuers. You know, you do what you can to get people out of the building as you're moving out yourself. So if it's say a fire alarm goes off and you don't see or smell smoke, then that gives you some time to put on your jacket, your vest, and then move through the building and let people know, hey, we got an alarm going off, got to evacuate out. You also have a whistle and a flashlight in your bag, so you can use those. Fire alarm is going off, it's going to be very loud, so to get people's attention, you may need to blow the whistle. If it's dark, you know, use your flashlight. But if you see or smell smoke, we don't expect you to go climbing through the building trying to get people out. You're just yelling, using your whistle to get people out as you're moving out yourself. And then once you get people out there, then you take charge in gathering, you know, getting their names for roll so that you can pass that on to zone marshals and also the security officers coming around. Yes?
Who do we contact if we should have one of these backpacks but don't?
That would be me.
Okay.
So yes, we're going to make a extra effort to get around to everybody this semester and get those who are designated as safety marshals your emergency kit bag.
Should we email you if we don't have them?
Yes. Yes, email me. Okay?
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, our last section here I'd like to introduce, which doesn't really need any introduction, Bill Hars.
Thank you. I've been so fortunate to have a job in my life and be surrounded by so many young people and such good friends, and all the help that I've gotten in so many different areas on campus. But you know, welcome to the mobile city. You know, I've been very concerned with the possibility, actually, the likelihood of having a major earthquake, and you know, I watched a lot of the seismic data, and it certainly is scary. The potential that we have on the San Andreas Fault and some of the local faults in our area, and so I appreciate you taking the time to learn how to do the triage and to get guidance as where to have our students go you know, when we do have an event. And I hope that you would take the time to walk around and look at the Woolly. The first exercise that we did, we actually had everybody set up the Woolly, and this time we felt like, well, people don't need to learn how to set up tables, but this would be the area that we would set up our field kitchen and probably some of the medical stuff. So that if you walk around, at least you get an idea of how things would be set up. And this whole kitchen, this is what we call the mobile city, because we can set this up and we have our lanterns and latrines that we set up, and we have also setups for if it's raining with our awnings, and we have these wings that we can set up. And but at any rate, it's nice that we have this on campus for when we do have a disaster. So, and eventually I hope that the school can move forward to do this. I don't know if any of you have taken CERT training for different communities. I've done the CERT training for Carpinteria, and they have CERT training for, which is our emergency response team. But eventually the city fire is offered to set up a CERT training specific to our campus. So it would be training going through you know, rescue operations for buildings and the thing. And so my goal would be that the school would continue to do this. But anyway, thank you for coming, and you know, it's been fun. And I would like to introduce you to the new mayor of the mobile city. Hi. This is Kevin, and Kevin's just the perfect clone for Bill Hars to come over and,
Thank you. No, my name's Kevin McNichol, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to try and fill statues, which is an impossible task, as you all know. Bill's last day is unfortunately tomorrow. So
I'm leaping out on leap year.
But he's
so I'll be gone 4 years and it'll only be a year.
But we expect to see him around a lot. So, But one thing that Bill didn't mention is this whole setup came from him. When he started this department, there was nothing, okay? And he built this piece by piece to the wonderful, not only emergency response unit that it is, but to help support this wonderful field program that you probably all know with the Earth Sciences Department, that we go on these great field trips, and supported by the culinary department as well. So, let's all give Bill a round of applause.
Okay, all right.
Together.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Because it truly is, and we're going to take a tour right now, but you'll just marvel at all of the things that he was able to put together. So Luis is back in the back. We affectionately call the truck the Woolly. So head on back to Luis, and we'll commence the tour.
Forward.